satellite. Body love in every size. Feel the vibe and energize. No shame, no fear, just joy. Every curve we deploy. You hit play, let's make some noise. Oh, Chubs go wild, living free, living style. Turn it up, turn it loud. Chubs gone wild. Big hearts, big love, big dreams. Breaking molds, tearing seams. Together we're the ultimate team. Oh, Chubs go wild. Feel the pride, feel beguiled. This is us unreconciled. Chubs go wild.
Well, hello and welcome to another wonderful Chubs Gone Wild. This is episode 605, recorded on Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025, the day after a wonderful Labor Day. How was your Labor Day?
Terrible.
What? Why?
It was hot. I was
Well, that's for damn
uncomfortable.
sure.
I was uncomfortable.
Hmm.
What more
But
do
you
you
had
want?
your own stool.
Yes, which was uncomfortable after 3.5 hours.
That's for sure. Yeah. Well, anyway, it is 98 degrees today, and it was cloudy this morning.
It
And
was
apparently
raining.
it rained this morning.
And did you see the lightning?
No, that was at like my mom said it was like at 6 or something, and
Yeah,
I
it was
was up till 7.
it was right around 6 o'clock.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, nope, I did not see that, but I woke up to clouds and thought, that's weird. But they're gone now, kind of, sort of.
Kinda
Yeah.
hazy. Hazy.
Yes. It's a hazy shade of September. It is 59 days till Halloween and 114 days until Christmas. And we have no more holidays. Oh, wait, no, that's not true. We just haven't added them yet. Oh, girl, we almost skipped our affirmation. We can't do that. Here we go. Ready? Of course you are. Take a deep breath, center yourself. I now live in limitless love, light, and joy. I am becoming all that I was created to be. I like that. That's nice.
But
What? We have limited love and joy and light and all that here. That's who we are. It's what we do. See, now you're gonna give me COVID. All right. Well, let's talk real quick about Patreon, which offers folks a way to support creators like us and receive rewards not open to the general public, like, podcasts, videos, books, other things, pictures, little hellos, special things. And we want to thank our current patrons, Clint, Nephi, Nick, DJ, Stasej from the Universe, Scott, Eric, Sean, Charles, Phoenix, Dave, Brother Sinatus, Kingsley, Kathy Bacon, and Moose P. Please visit patreon.com/Matt Burlingame to find out how you can support the work and art that we do for as little as $1 a month. All right.
COVID.
Yeah, well, you're burned up. Oh, and don't forget that Halloween is coming, and in the month of Halloween, we like to do some little things for our patrons, and we'll be doing that not too long. All right. Headlines from history. In 1894, two brothers opened New York City's Kinetoscope Parlor, which sparked the rise of movie theaters across America and the world. In 1945, this day in history, Japan surrenders, bringing an end to World War II. In 1969, first U.S. ATM opens for business.
Really?
Yeah, I was really surprised, but yeah,
I don't remember an ATM until the late, wait, no, it was until the 80s.
yeah, me neither. Never heard of them until then, but apparently it
Because
was the
I
first
remember
one.
I
Yeah.
remember I got really pissed off because they sent out Bank of America sent out ATM cards
Mm?
and but that could be used just like credit cards.
Yeah.
And they sent them out in November.
Huh.
So immediately everybody I knew was going, "Oh, look, I got a credit card."
Oh, jeez.
And so
Yeah.
they spent too much money on Christmas
Mm.
and then found out that they had no money in their bank account anymore.
Oh God, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was very pissed off. I mean, I knew what it was when I got it, but everyone's going, "No, it's just like a credit card." I'm like,
Huh?
"Okay, good for you."
Yeah. No, no. Of course, we didn't really have any money to, do anything with.
Well, that's the
Um,
thing. They didn't either.
yeah. Um, did you hear that it was the wife of somebody that invented that because she got no, the wife of the inventor would never use one. She would always go into the bank because she felt that it made was part of the decline of us like having to talk to people and be social and stuff.
Yeah, I just saw it as a dangerous way of people spending money.
Right.
Did you
19
know in 1666 that
yeah,
was the time of the Great Fire of London?
that's crazy. Well,
How long did that fire run? That, back in that kind of a day, it could just keep going and going. I mean, it's
mhm.
even now we have, I mean, we're a lot better as far as water and stuff, but they had to bring the water to the fire and they had to continually bring it back to what a nightmare.
Yeah, it apparently lasted 4 days. So yeah, till September 5th and maintained blaze. It was contained on Wednesday. Small fires continued to burn for several days after that. It began in a bakery on Pudding Lane and
How
aided,
appropriate.
yeah, and aided by strong easterly wind and dry summer conditions, spread through a densely packed timber-framed city before it was contained. The fire destroyed a significant portion of London, including about 13,200 houses and 87 parish churches.
Now remember, that was in 1666.
Right.
That's a lot of houses.
Mm. Oh yeah, especially well, and the churches.
Who needs that many
I
churches?
don't know. We've still got churches on like every other corner around here.
No, no, those are Starbucks.
That too. Well, depends. In 2013, Diana Nyad, who was 64 at the time, made record swim from Cuba to Florida.
And then she realized she was in Florida and then swam back, I hear.
Well, these days, yeah, especially for little boots. All right. What?
Little boots?
Yeah. Um,
Is that what they're calling Trump now, is little boots?
no, he's little hands.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
The DeSantis, because he wears lifts in his
Oh, I
shoes.
didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
because he's a little shorty.
Well, I
And
remember when
no,
he
I don't
had
have anything wrong with being short, just being an asshole.
the go-go boots. I remember those.
Mhm.
Those were
Yep.
cute. And did you hear that they're closing the um, alligator Alcatraz?
I heard the rumor. I was wondering if they would just say F you and try to keep it open, but
Well, they might do that, absolutely. But if it closes, do you realize how? Because the state of Florida put the money up for that. They paid for that, not the federal government.
yeah.
So another screw you to the good
Mm.
people of Florida.
Yep. Well, all evil goes to Florida. Sorry.
I know Sean's like going, well, in Florida, and I'm like, don't even suggest it. I
Right.
mean, I can deal with I can deal with the humidity. I can deal with the hurricanes, but
Mm,
I'm not going to deal with alligators, boa constrictors,
mm,
those weird dragon things, and the
mhm,
politics of Florida.
exactly. No thanks.
Because he keeps watching Cougar Town, going, see, we could get on a cul-de-sac in Florida with all and have all our friends live in the cul-de-sac, and we'd meet up for coffee every morning and wine every night. And it's like it's Florida.
Okay, but by the timing, no, because then it would be. See, Golden Girls ruined us for Florida because we thought Florida was a nice place, but
Well, it was a nice place when they were there.
maybe not now. All right.
Okay, okay. Sorry, our Floridian listeners, but you
Yeah,
already
we
know.
love
They
you.
they
We
know.
just,
They understand.
yeah. I mean, they're trapped there, I'm sure, but maybe one day the state will be great again. Oh, sorry that I didn't intend to,
I know it made my stomach turn just a little.
All right. Let's see. Let's see if you celebrated any holidays. Today is another Look Unlimited Day. We do not have other looks. Bison uh, mm, Bison 10 Yell Day. Womp womp. Calendar adjustment day. I have not adjusted my calendar. And
Well, that's because calendars anymore, I mean, adjust it means you flip the page. And
oh,
everything's electronic now, so you don't really flip anything. It's already flipped.
only the bird to Florida. Oh, sorry, guys. Let's see. National Blueberry Popsicle Day. No, thank you.
I mean, I love blueberry, but I don't think I've ever heard of a blueberry popsicle.
National Grits for Breakfast Day. Hmm,
I bet your lips get really purple when you have a blueberry popsicle.
especially if somebody just punches you before you eat it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that's funny.
I
Okay.
don't want
Yeah.
one. I love popsicles, but
Okay. Move on.
blueberries, yeah.
What's the next one?
National Grits for Breakfast Day.
Grits. You know, we used to have grits, but we never had them when I was a kid. We'd have them, but not for breakfast.
Hmm.
My mom used to like to take them and then you pour them into like a loaf pan and let them harden,
Yeah.
and then she'd slice them up into like okay McDonald's hash browns that
Yeah.
size. She cut them up like that. She would give them a light flouring and then fry them.
Hmm.
Oh, they were good.
That sounds good. Yeah,
Good
Mr.
stuff.
Larry Dean would make like sausage grits and they were really yummy.
That sounds yummy.
It's National Pierce Your Ears Day.
Ugh.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I desperately wanted to get my ears pierced, and they both are pierced. But the
Hmm.
problem is, as you can, if you're watching this video, you can see that my ears are flat against my head.
Huh, okay.
So you can't wear anything that has a post.
Right.
Um,
Hmm.
sleep on them.
There you
That
go.
hurts really bad. Um, like if you forgive them, they're in, and you fall asleep, and you wake up,
Yeah.
and now you've got scratches and blood behind your ear because it's tried to
Yeah.
dig into your skull during the night. Yeah, no fun.
Yep, I do remember that. I've had both mine pierced and nope, stopped wearing them a long time ago. Last time wore one, I guess it was probably kind of cheap and I got an infection, so I just like done with them.
Yeah, I always wanted that pirate look, with the
Uh,
ring. I always thought the
yeah,
ring was really cool, but if your ears don't stick out, you might as well not wear an earring.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's National Spalding Baseball Day. That's nice. Telephone Tuesday. No, thank you. It's also Victory over Japan Day, as we know, and World Coconut Day. Do you like coconut very much?
I do.
Yeah, I think coconut is just lovely.
I
Just lovely.
remember there's that scene in It's a Wonderful Life where they're kids and he's working at the soda fountain, and Mary comes in and she goes, "I want a sundae," and he's going, "Okay, what do you want on that?" She goes, "Oh, nothing." He goes, "Nothing? You got the whole world in front of you. Look, you can get coconut on this." And she goes, "I don't really like coconut." And then he's like, "You're a dumbass."
No, I don't remember that.
It was such
I
a
have not
sweet
watched that
scene.
show,
And that's
really.
where she goes, "I'll love you forever, George Bailey."
Oh,
And she did.
yeah, that's sweet. Um, mm, 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 mm. Oh, so actually, this last week, Heather and I tried. We like to go down the ethnic foods aisle. Why they call them that? And we try something different that we've just never tried before. And so this time, she got a soda can full of coconut drink, and we tried that. And you pour it into the glass, and chunks of coconut pour into your glass as well. And it, it was lovely tasting, but just weird. We don't often see big chunks of coconut
Well, I think they probably did that so
for
you'd know
flavoring.
that it was actually from a coconut and this hasn't been artificially formed in some, lab somewhere. That would be
Definitely.
my guess.
I just thought it was for extra flavoring, but that makes perfect sense. All right. Ding ding went that trolley. Let's see whose birthdays it is. Oh, look, it's people that I don't know who they are. Yeah, this is my Facebook. I don't know who some of these people are. All right, moving up. Happy birthday to Daymaker Roadside. All righty. Um, this is weird. Also, happy birthday to Stephen and Nate.
I
Um,
know Nate.
yeah, we definitely we've met Nate, which is very cool. Also, happy birthday to AW, John, Kathy, Steve, Stephanie, Goldie. Okay, Goldie. Happy birthday. And to Luciano and Bjorn. We know Bjorn. Hello, Bjorn. Upcoming birthdays. Happy birthday to author Ren Valentino. Reese, Lily, author RJ Scott. We have Jeff, Tony, Ashley, Estevan, and
Which Esteban?
uh, one from my work.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then we have Scott and Elsie. We know Elsie. She does wonderful work with some local pet places. All right, and of course, happy birthday, Nephi. We did get something in our feedback. Hi guys, Scott here. I'm feeling good on some medicine from hospital. Can you guys give a shout out to my cousin Sky? She is a new listener for the past couple months and a huge fan of the show. And also, so hi Sky. Also, can you say hi to the nurses at Sutter Hospital in Sacramento who treated me so good this last week while I was in hospital? The nurses there are the best. Three of them stayed and listened to most of the show with me while I was listening. They're going to subscribe. Nice. They all say to say hi to the nurses on the fifth floor. Hi, nurses on the fifth floor. He says they're incredible nurses. Congratulations, Matt, on bringing your down your A1C. We are really happy for you. I found out when I was in the hospital that my A1C is 12, which is very bad. I've been eating so much bad stuff in the past few months, so they put me on insulin. Hopefully, I will be on it for a short time. I'm going to work hard to bring it down. Thanks for being there, guys. You really helped me out in hospital. Took my mind off things. Love the new theme song for the show. Well, very cool. Well, hello to everybody, and we're very glad that you're here and hope that you enjoy the show and stick around. And we are glad that Scott is out. And uh, yeah,
And I'll go ahead and personally kiss a Sutter nurse for you today.
yes, and
Now, Sean doesn't work, he works at the Davis Sutter, but
right.
they are Sutter's excellent. Every nurse that I've dealt with at Sutter is they're just so kind. That's
Hmm.
what I don't get. You always expect. I mean, we grew up with Nurse Ratchet, so you always expect to have at least one stern, bitchy nurse, but they're all really, really nice people.
Right. Yeah, my mom has been in that hospital several times and has always had really great care. So we definitely appreciate our Sutter nurses. All right. It's time for Chub Hugs, and we want to send out a huge Chub hug to Kingsley, whose mom passed this last week. Very sad to hear about that. And also to Scott and Mark. Scott was the one who just wrote in. He actually had to go back and get checked out because he had something going on after he was released. And so we just want to send them some love and some healing out. So, how about you?
Well, we had a couple local people that we know pass away this last couple days.
Yeah.
One is Bradley,
Mm.
who was a part of Lambda Players 30 years ago, but
Yeah.
still part of Lambda Players, but and did a lot of local theater. And
Hmm.
then our friend Gordon, he passed away yesterday, I guess. Um, and he was part of the Bears, the original Bear group here in town back in the mid 90s, and threw a lot of great parties.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so chub hugs to all of those people who are dealing with the death of their close friends.
Right. All right. Let's move on into news. And hmm, these are, well, basically just the headlines. So Gloria Gaynor was discovered donated $22,000 to Republican campaigns, according to FEC filings. Gloria Gaynor,
Well, that's okay because she's also getting the president's Medal of Freedom. With the group that is getting it this year, and
mm,
it was weird because they're going, oh, it's listing off names. Sylvester Stallone, okay, I get
hmm,
that. They had a few others, and then it was Gloria Gaynor, and I'm like, Gloria Gaynor, that
right.
seems odd. And then now it doesn't seem odd at all. And you know, $22,000 in a President's Medal of Freedom. It's a big honor
Yeah,
for
it
for
didn't
one
cost her
one
much.
for being a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, well, your song's a gay icon song, but
You
okay.
obviously don't like the gays. Did you know that she also holds another record, or I don't know if it's a record, but an important, like an asterisk at the bottom of the page, and that is she won the only disco best disco song award ever.
No.
They had it. It was only 1 year. I Will Survive
Hmm.
one, and then the next year, disco was dead.
Well, had to happen, but no, I had no
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. And
Crazy.
and by the way, disco never died. It just became club music.
True.
I know. I love how they go, "Oh, I hate disco, but boy, I love going to a good rager." Okay,
Yeah,
you're
that
stupid.
that high energy dance music. I'm like, All right, Snoop Dogg says that he is scared to go to the movies after seeing two women kiss in a cartoon. Well, I guess when they were kissing in front of him all those years that he was, playing the scene.
And
Whatever.
he's apologized for this because he was asked by, I guess, his niece or nephew what was going on, and he didn't know what to say. So it came out as something bad.
Stupid. Just say what it is, girl.
I know, but you know, I'm not letting you, take out Snoop
Well, I don't know.
because you know that
Better
he
step his
can't be
pussy
too
up.
negative against the gays. His best friend is Queen of the Gays.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Ron DeSantis rages at cities about their virtue signaling with rainbow crosswalks. And yeah,
Oh yeah, no, the guy who does um uh I guess it's the Secretary of Transportation sent out a memo to all states that they need to remove any kind of rainbow crosswalks.
yeah, that would be Duffy, I believe, the failed reality TV star. Oh wait, that's the whole regime.
Yeah,
So
that's all
anyway,
of them because
yeah,
the Secretary of State and no, it's not state, finance or um,
defense,
yeah, well, the defense guy, he was from
Fox
Real
News.
World,
No, no,
Road
no.
Rules, right?
Defense is Kegseth, so he was on Fox News Weekend Edition.
Okay,
So Duffy, he's transportation, and he was on Road Rules.
okay,
He's the
there.
one that was showing his ass and talking about women's boobies and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's
So,
just more bullshit from the right.
yeah. Anyway, we have GOP representative calls for LGBTQ plus activists to be classified as terrorists. Yeah, sure. Right. So much we could say. But you know what? CVS Health has been slammed for its shameful refusal to cover revolutionary HIV drug. So, yeah, leave it to CVS. Pete Hegseth appears on a podcast of the pastor who called for the murder of transgender allies. hmm Yeah, that guy is just fuckery. All right. So let's move into some happier things. We asked a listener question, and our question this episode was, how long have you been together? Mr. Moose wrote in and said, Carl and I moved in together in May 1991, married June 23rd, 2020. So I don't know whether to count the living in sin, as my mother used to call it, or only be married, or the only married part. But I think 34 years together. Seems like we've been together. Can't imagine life without him.
Definitely,
34
yeah,
years.
34 is, it's like since I look at it this way, since it was illegal for
hmm
me to have a relationship
Yep.
for so many years, those years count from first date on, as far as I'm
Yep.
concerned. And yeah,
Mm.
absolutely.
So,
34 years, that's almost Sean's age.
ah, no, yeah, but wow, that's
I know.
incredible. Congrats, guys.
Yeah, that's great.
Mark wrote in and said, Hi guys, Mark here. This is Scott's partner. And last week on your show, you asked the question about how long have listeners been together in their relationship. Scott and I have been together for almost 48 years.
Wow.
We became best friends in junior high school, and we've been together ever since. I was 15 and Scott was 14. We have not gotten married, but we did have an unofficial ceremony because Scott would lose his disability benefits and his medical, but basically we are married. And I understand that. I have a lot of friends who have had to make those choices. So very cool. What was that? 37, 34, 34?
No, no, no.
No,
They
34 and 48 years.
it makes
Our
my
listeners
20
are
feel
awesome.
like nothing.
All right.
Like, oh, it's been a weekend.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right. And we have another one from Marcus Scott, but we will save that for next episode. Don't forget to send us in, tell us about your pets. And of course, you can still tell us about how long you've been together and any questions that we ask. But next time we'll focus more on listener pets. Tell us everything. All right. And now it's time for celebrity deaths.
Well, it's there was like somebody's parent died, some famous person's parent died, so that doesn't count. And then there was some CEO of a company that I've never even heard of, but Graham Greene, who was star Academy Award nominee for Dances with Wolves, he died this week at 73 years old. I thought he was much older.
Mm, so
Uh,
did
it,
I.
but I think because he went gray early,
Mm,
and so since he was playing Native Americans, it he could play anything from the wise husband to the wise old man. He could play. He really could play any characters, and he did. He played a lot. He worked a lot. Good for him.
yeah.
And that's all I had. It was weird. I mean, we had two locals, so I guess that
Hmm.
counts.
Yeah. And
But yeah.
there was a journalism correspondent who passed, but that's yeah. All right. You know what? Let's cheer ourselves up and listen to Tom's Week.
Well, on Big Brother this week, Catherine ended up being put up on the block. Now, Catherine was the one that was having the relationship with Riley, the creepy cowboy guy.
Oh.
So he went home last week. She went home this week, which means that they can be back together again. And I can't wait to hear what the internet thinks about that because they were, screaming, "Oh, this is Stockholm syndrome. This is not good. He's going to wear her flesh." So we'll
Hmm.
see what happens, I guess. Um, and I know when he was talking to her, I remember commenting to Sean that, okay, this guy's a creeper. Oh, I do not like this at all. And yeah, he is. Let's see. Finished The Snake over on Fox. God, I hope they don't renew it. Frankie ended up winning, who was the nice guy. He was a hairdresser, so he was doing all the girls' hair before, they would do their, they go on for the jury or the trial or whatever you want to call it. He made everybody look good, so they all liked him.
Good.
Um, let's see, David Chang, it was interesting. I don't know if it started out this way, but it ended up, he had on this Italian guy and his wife, who I think she was Korean, and they were talking about how noodles are rice. When you're with food, noodles or rice, and
Okay.
and um, and the audience that because they're doing going live, the audience was three-fourths more towards noodles than rice, which I mean, you got David Chang and you had the girl, and so they're automatically thinking, well, it's going to be rice. But then if you look at it, rice is kind of you can fry rice, you can dirty
Yeah.
rice, you can
Hmm.
serve it white, you can pour gravy on it, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, but noodles are, you've got macaroni, you've got spaghetti, you've got fettuccine. There's so many different noodle dishes, not to mention the soups right now that are all the ramen and the noodle
Right.
soups
And
with
yeah.
yeah. So because I thought the same thing. It's like rice is great, but it's kind of limited to what do with it. Where
Yeah.
noodles, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. So I thought that was interesting.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. Finished Twisted Metal
What
over on Peacock.
which one's
Um,
that?
uh, what?
Which one was that?
That's the one where um, it's a apocalyptic time period, and they're involved in this race, and if you win the race, you get a prize, and uh, and it's a lot of heads blowing up, and
Oh, okay. I remember
yeah,
talking about that.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
It's very twisted, and
Mhm.
and I liked that for that reason. It was fun, just because it's like those old movies from the 70s, like Death Race,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
those kind of things. It was fun. Okay. Eye of the Storm. We just watched an episode. This is the one that hit North Carolina real hard.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
a hurricane, and
Mm.
it's funny. The hurricane didn't hit them, but the storm did, and that's what fucked them up.
Mm.
So, but it was interesting because they go, well, sure, they got a lot of rain in the mountains, and that because that's when because the company that does the saline for like shots and for IV
Mhm.
bags and stuff like that, our main place was it was either North Carolina or the Tennessee hills, because when the rains come, the water goes both directions. It goes it goes into Tennessee and it goes into North Carolina, and I guess it wiped out that factory, and they it took them quite a while to get back on to the point of where they could get it done. I think the other place was like Puerto Rico, so it was just like nightmare because you need
Wow.
saline for all the stuff,
Everything, yeah.
everything in medical. So interesting. The Eye of the Storm. It's over on Max. I don't know where it's because I think it comes from like TNT or something like that. But it's
Mm.
a really good documentary program. They had a lot of good interviews. We'll get a new South Park this week, none last week. The Great Food Truck Race. We lost um, the Egg Roll Girls.
Hmm.
Um, so that was sad, but oh my God, it was so funny. It was a two-part. This leg of the race was two-part, and uh, the totals that they were making was the one that won the leg of the race made over $11,000
Wow.
and that's profit.
Wow.
They take the money out for the food and everything,
Yeah.
and then the rest is profit. And there were two that were over 11, and then two that were just under $11,000, which it just, that's the thing about food trucks. They're really novel and they're
Hmm.
fun, but they're expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, food truck
Wow.
food is not cheap.
Mm.
And you kind of have to expect that. But then, you're getting something kind of weird and different.
Yeah.
So, sometimes you're gonna have to pay more. Um,
Mm.
and you should go in thinking that too. Alien Earth, they had a really gross scene with a lamb, and those of you that have watched it understand what I'm talking about, and those that you have not watched it,
Uh,
you might not want to watch it.
mm.
It's just gross. They've got this new thing on we always knew the baby aliens and the big aliens and the eggs, but now they've got an eyeball that has legs, kind of like octopus legs, but it's got like
Yeah.
probably 20 legs, and it moves like that, and it's got all these different eyes on the eyeball, and it goes after this lamb and
Mm.
just pulls out the old eye and shoves itself into the socket. it
Ugh.
was it was something. I finished Are You My First, which is the
Mm.
Virgin dating series from, I believe it was just Netflix. I don't know
Mm.
if it was on something else, but it started out really good. And then towards the end, it's just like fucking virgins. Uh, let's see. I finished the movie Death of a Unicorn. I'm not sure if I had last week when I talked about it, but It was not great, but it wasn't terrible.
Mm.
I mean, it was entertaining enough. It was kind of cheesy filmmaking, but then I think that's what they wanted. So, yeah, it was entertaining. I also saw Thunderbolts. This is the new
Oh,
Marvel
good. Yeah.
Marvel show with Julia Louis Dreyfus,
Yep.
and I love her when she's not sweet and funny,
Uh-huh.
but I really wanted her to call somebody a fucknut, because that's how she used to talk in Veep, and uh, and I kind of expected it, but she was just mean. But
Yeah.
I like her. I saw a show on Hulu called A Nice Indian Boy,
Yes.
and this is with Jonathan Groff from Glee and Merrily Roll He's on Broadway right now, playing Bobby Darin, and he played a young man. Well, he's not young; he's 40, who was adopted by some Indian parents, older Indian parents, when he was younger. So he grew up Hindu, and he knew all the traditions and stuff. And he meets this young doctor who's also gay and Indian. And so he pursues him, and his parents are like, "Oh no, he's white." And it's like, well, not really. I mean,
Yeah.
in when you look at him, he is, but that's where it all ends. And so and it's interesting because his sister, who got married 7 years earlier, is getting a divorce, and now she's like, the family doesn't even think about her anymore because, she's a disgrace, not a well, kind of a disgrace. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah.
like if you're watching the Gilded Years, when women would get divorced, they were shuttled off to a smaller city where they could live in their own shame. But the
Mm-hmm.
men, the men, of course, could do whatever they wanted to. Nothing changed in their lives. And so it's kind of that kind of storyline going on there. And then it's just about the parents who were also, they were actually introduced on their wedding night to each other, or wedding day to each other.
Mm.
And so it's a cultural thing. And I really enjoyed it. I think Sean was a little bit bored because it's like an A24, it's more of an arty film, but I
Mm.
thought it moved really well, and I enjoyed the acting.
It looked good.
Then let's see, I started watching Death Becomes Her again. This is the musical on
Mm-hmm.
Broadway. I don't know, I'm obsessed. It's really becoming one of my favorite musicals of all time, and
Wow.
and I know the reason is it's like the perfect musical because it's
Mm-hmm.
funny. It's got big costumes and big sets and dance numbers, and there's magic going on, and there's and it's just a lot of silliness. It works really well. And the like my favorite scene is where they're in the graveyard and they notice that the husband's there,
Yeah.
and they go, how are you still alive? And he goes, oh, I met the love of my life, and now my life is good now that I don't have to see you two bitches anymore.
Right.
And they're like, well, whatever. And so at one point he starts singing the song of how he all he really wanted was to find the love of his life, and he starts the song, and they go, shut up, get out of here, get out, we don't want to hear that crap from you. And that's the end of the show. And I mean, at the end of the show, it's still fucking hilarious.
Yep.
And the two actresses all the actors that they have are outstanding. And
Yeah.
there's this one really the handsome dancer. He's got a beard. He's very hairy. He was my boyfriend of the show. So.
Nice.
But anyway, I love Death Becomes Her. Watch Thursday Murder Club. That's with Helen Mirren, Ben Kingsley, um, and Pierce Brosnan.
Mm.
It's
Mm.
Netflix. I think it's an original for Netflix. Directed by Chris. Chris. Columbus, the director of
Oh,
Harry Potter 1 and 2, and I
nice.
think he was the one that did Home Alone. I think he was the director. Anyway, so and it wasn't really holding my interest, oddly enough. I may need to watch it again. Something, maybe it was too late. I was watching it. I don't know, but it wasn't holding my interest. And then I watched Zombie 3 because
Oh,
I wanted to see the whole group.
mm-hmm.
Zombie 3, this is where the aliens come in, and it was by far the weakest of the four. And four is pretty terrible. But two was the best, then one, then three, then four. No, four, then three. Four, then three.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And they're all available on Disney Plus. And then finally, starting this Friday on Netflix, you can watch the British Baking Contest.
Yay.
Um,
I actually have Netflix right now too, so that will be fun.
yeah, I did see the cast, and I did not see anybody that I will be claiming as my
Boyfriend.
British Bake Off boyfriend,
Yeah.
at least not yet. On
Right.
general looks, nobody went to me. So
Yeah. It was kind of cool though that I think they have what, four queer representation on there. I mean, they always do really well, but
yeah, well, just because most men don't want to go on a cooking show, a baking show.
right.
It's not manly.
Yeah. Steven still pops up here and there, even.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well, very cool. I'm going to kick my week off here with Alien Earth. And you had talked a little bit about that. I have not seen that show quite yet, I don't think. I've seen, well, wait, I've seen 3 episodes. So yeah. Yeah. So that must be the fourth one.
yeah,
I'm liking it actually. It's not bad. I hope that they get a little bit deeper with a storyline, like just that little bit more of a connection. But action wise, I think it's doing really well. Um,
yeah. They you'll see four they are back at the lab, and the we get to know more about the older brother,
yeah.
and we get to find out more of what they've been doing with the eggs
Uh,
and that kind of thing. So yeah, we get more storyline.
yeah. Nice. Okay, so yeah, I definitely would recommend that to anybody that likes the Alien series or just a really good, action sci-fi type thing. Then I finally got a chance to watch Ironheart, and I had been putting it off for quite some time. Ironheart is the um, Marvel 6 episode series on Disney that focuses on a young black girl who has been, well, she, I guess she was so intelligent and that they gave her a scholarship from the Tony Stark she was like a 13 or something like that. So,
Wait,
hmm?
you're talking about that Ironheart, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they sent her off to college and she basically did a series of mishaps and did some inventions that she sold off
Well,
for
and she wanted to do things her way, not the school's way.
right. So she actually did do side inventions to get extra money to fund her projects that they didn't want to do too. So she was kicked out, had to go home to Chicago, and the levity ensues. This I didn't hear a lot of favorability among my normal fellow Marvel cohorts for this series, and I don't know why. Maybe because it didn't have enough superhero type stuff in it. I
It's
thought it
there.
was what?
It's because there's the lead's a chick.
A black chick.
Well, it doesn't.
Let's
Yeah, I mean,
face it.
no, it doesn't matter because they shit on the Marvels.
Yep.
Both, I mean, both the TV series and the movies. They
Yep.
shit on them. They shit on the Spider girl,
Madam Web.
Madam Web, and that
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't granted it was a shit show, but it was an entertaining shit
It
show.
was. I
And
enjoyed it for what it was. It wasn't
then
the best.
Ironheart, I just think that the the which what is it the monarchy, not monarchy, the maleness,
Patriarchy.
patriarchy
Yeah.
has it just they don't like women, and
I
and
It must
there's
be
certain things that
because
women shouldn't do, and that seems to be action pictures, Marvel movies. You know, it's like nobody appreciates, um the really good action female. They just don't, as a general rule.
and it's stupid
It
because this
is.
was a really good series and it had really I mean it had fleshed out characters, great connections. I was emotionally involved. I thought it was excellently done and
What was the
yeah.
Angelina Jolie one too? They were the
Angelina Jolie.
yeah, the Marvel. It was her and Harold and Kumar from he was in it, and they were. It was the something with an E. It's with an E. It's the what do you
Oh
call?
yeah, 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 the
Yeah,
Eternals. Yes.
Eternals.
I forgot
Yes,
she was in that.
and
Yeah.
they shit all over that too because
Yeah,
the lead
I thought
was
it was fine. I mean, it wasn't obviously it wasn't one of my like top five
no.
favorites or whatever, but I was entertained. I'd watch
Yeah,
it
and
again.
don't forget they did have the gay character,
Yeah.
which Marvel loves to turn on gay people. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But and there were some hotties in there too, and not to mention if you're into Kit Harington, I mean he was in there. And they were supposed to have a spin-off thing with him, but I don't think
oh no,
they
I
canceled
was
that.
I was reading an interview and he said Kumar he said, oh, we had there was talks of being in at least three, if not four, of the Marvels, including when you bring in the Avengers, we'd be coming in,
Yeah.
and then it's like, and then after the movie flopped, we heard nothing ever again.
Oh, that's too bad.
It's just, and when I say it's Marvel, I mean people who, the Marvel fans, they don't like women, they don't like gay people, they, and which is funny because probably most of them are gay people.
Uh-huh.
But it's just I don't get it. I just don't understand it, especially when you got crap coming from DC. But at least they're, you know, there's the
Hmm.
Wonder Woman,
Yeah,
so.
love her. So yeah, this is a really good series, and any panning that it got was just stupid. All right. Then went into my. I didn't get to watch that much this time because I had an ear issue going on, and it was so clogged that it actually was giving me vertigo to the point where I was stumbling through the house, holding on to things. It was pretty bad. Thankfully several of my dear friends, including Mr. Clint, who has dealt with this before, he told me what to do. And so um, I got white vinegar and rubbing alcohol. You do 50% solution of both of them, and then drop it in the ear, and the alcohol will like kill anything that's in there. And then the vinegar makes it acidic so that if there is an infection or fungus or something like that, it doesn't like take hold. It can't like exist in there. And within 2 days, my ear was so much better, but I'm still a little bit unsteady from the whole thing.
Do you
Uh,
think there was like a bug in there?
no, well, not an actual bug, but I think I had some sort of like
COVID.
girl, some sort of like just general, like infection or fungus or something. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, all I know is it was clogged shut and it was not nice, especially since I couldn't fucking hear a dang thing. I had to keep my headphones on sometimes just to kind of function. Um, anyway, so I did get a chance to catch up on some of my Statham movies, and I caught up starting with, I'm trying to knock out the ones I really know I'm gonna kind of go ugh through. So starting with Ghosts of Mars, which is early 2000s, and he plays a nasty little uh army member type thing. There's a space army on Mars and something's going on and they've got a there's they're basically something that's turning everybody into a zombie and making them want to, go after people and kill them violently and eat them and all that stuff. And so he was a soldier in that, and he was trying to, basically get into the lead woman's pants because, again, here's a movie where the lead is a woman, and of course they have to have him balance her out. And it was fine. It was an okay, like one of those like Sunday afternoon, there's nothing better to watch movies. Then I watched The One, which is I think it was him and Chan or Jet Li or one of them, who was one of the big popular, um, uh, you know, Asian fight people. Um, anyway,
You could just say Asian actor because unfortunately, there, Hollywood, besides hating gays and women, they also hate ethnics. So,
they do unless it's like a Jackie Chan or something, but it
but
wasn't
but but
Jackie
they but
Chan.
that's because they're bringing in money, and it's only
Right,
Jackie Chan.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
I
not
think this
like
was Jet Li.
it's yeah, you'll get one or two here and there,
Yeah,
it's like, oh, we've hit our majority. We can't have any more Asian actors.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. In fact, who is it at the moment? Anyone? Mm-mm.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I mean, you've got a lot of Korean stuff coming out, but
Mm.
you look Dr. Kin, he's working a
Oh,
lot.
yeah,
But but that's how sad it is.
right.
It's sad because I remember a few years ago there were two different shows. There's Dr. Kin, and
Hmm.
it was fresh off the boat, and it was really refreshing getting to
Oh,
see two different
yes.
cultures
Yes.
and what what just what was involved and it was
And they weren't kick fighting people
yeah
like
and
they
right and
just,
then and of course then they don't last.
yeah. So
Uh,
anyway,
ah,
so this was him having to go to he was a time jumper and he was trying to go through every incarnation. Basically, every time you jump through time, it splits off fragments, and he was trying to go through all of them so he could kill himself in every single universe so that he could get special powers and become like this unstoppable the one force thing. And so Jason Statham and his partner in that was basically a time cop, and they were chasing him and trying to stop him. And it was not a horrible movie in concept and everything, but it just really was not super well executed. Um, but again, Sunday, you got nothing better to watch. Have a ball. Then I watched Mean Machine, which was from 2001, and it's I believe it was an Irish-based film, and so there's a footballer who basically throws a match, falls into disarray, becomes a big drunk, and gets arrested for driving drunk and beating up some cops, and he gets sent away for a year into prison. And of course, then the guy that's in charge of the prison is like, well, we have our own football game. So it becomes one of those things where it's the guards against the,
longest yard.
yeah, kinda. So it's basically that, but it's in Ireland or Britain, and yeah, but the thing is it's actually good. It's actually a good film. And Statham plays like this crazy killer guy who like will just beat the shit out of anyone, and he's constantly just and all nuts and everything. But he turns out to be like actually a really cool character, and it's mostly all in his head that he's a nutbag. So it's
So
actually a fun film.
is he naked?
Machine. If you like those kind of movies, you'll love it. So,
Naked?
uh, no, sadly, only shirtless.
It's a prison movie. He's
I
what? There's not one
know,
fucking jail shower scene.
right? Yeah.
God, what is
So
wrong?
I know. Well, and then well, it gets worse. So Fast and he has been in 4 or 5 Fast and Furious movies. I believe it's four. I'm hoping it's four.
They go to
Um,
9. Did we ever
they're
do
up to
10?
10. They had
Okay.
an X. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And then he did that movie with The Rock where they went to Guam.
Oh, is that the oh yeah, Hobbs and Shaw or
Yes.
something like that. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So that one I heard was actually not that bad, but so he comes in at the very end of 6 and I watched that scene and I wasn't gonna watch 6, but then I thought, oh fuck it, I'll just watch the movie. Eh, yeah,
Jason
I played on my tablet at the
Statham
same time.
naked.
Oh, you'll get some good results here and
Well, let's
there.
see. I'll let you know.
But the main ones are the ones where in like Crank 2 where he's having sex on uh, a horse race field while they're horse racing on a track. Anyway, so yeah, so I watched Fast and Furious 6 and I was kind of bored through it. And I like action and races and shoot 'em ups and stuff, and I don't know, whatever. And then I watched Furious 7, of course, because Statham's in it. And actually, this is the first full one that he was in. And his scenes, even, with The Rock and other stuff, his scenes were actually really good. The dialogue was kind of sharp. The action was really good. It was kind of innovative, some of the things that they were doing. And I was like, oh, well, that's not too bad. But the rest of the movie around it with the other characters were just like, oh, God, this is so. Why can't they get their shit together? It was almost like they filmed it his stuff like separately and then tacked on the other shit because they had to include the other characters. So yeah, so I'll be continuing that, but I got to get up to the Expendables. There's 4 movies of that, and I'm not looking forward to sitting through a Stallone after I found out he voted for Trump type movie. So all right. And then of course I finished out Doctor Who series 3 with Martha, and people gave her such a bad rap, and I really think some of it was the writing. They tried so hard to make her character be in love with him and be all unhappy and everything because he loved Rose still and all that. And they just pushed it. They took a great character, a really good actress, and they basically fucked up part of the theme, and it was just sad. And then I just started Doctor Who's Christmas special, which is the Titanic one. It's the most epic of all of them, in my opinion. And it stars Kylie Minogue,
How can you have a Titanic Christmas special when Titanic went down in April?
because it's a fabulous Christmas special, but it's actually Titanic floating through space that comes to visit the Earth on Christmas Day.
Of course, sorry, I forgot what I was
It
talking
was
about.
Doctor Who, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was one of those episodes that was just like, now that is what I want. That's a Christmas special. That's what I want to see. That's good. And some
By
of the
the way,
ones are kind of hit and miss to where you're just like, I waited all year to see this, and
You know,
That's
I was looking through this Jason Statham pictures,
uh-huh.
and he doesn't take really good still shots. I mean, he's gorgeous in
No,
when he's live, but otherwise, he looks like the
somebody hitting
sad
with a
brother
frying
of
pan.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, actually, there have been times when Bruce Willis later in life that I saw a picture of Bruce Willis and thought it was him and went, oh, wait a minute.
But in
No.
he and he is awfully thin in a lot of those pictures too. So
Yeah.
that's nice. Oh, and one other thing. The sister who was in A Nice Indian Boy,
Hmm.
you know, the one that gets the divorce.
Yeah.
She is also in The Unicorn, Death of a Unicorn,
Oh,
and you get to see her pulled apart, her arms pulled off.
lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, yeah, no. All right. Well, that was kind of my week. And so now let's see. What would you do? Your partner buys you an expensive birthday gift you really don't like. It's clearly their taste, not yours. Do you smile, thank them, and never wear it? Or admit it's not for you and risk hurting their feelings?
It's just the song. I mean, the song sounds good. I mean, it's the vocals are really nice, the music's really nice, but I'm getting up out of my wheelchair and lighting the candles that are completing the end of my life. Okay.
That's
I
funny
mean,
how that line was
although
interpreted.
it just it's it I first of all the vocals and the music itself were really good.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind who was is that an AI singer?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's just the content of the very sad lyrics. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And is that what you meant by this?
No, these were all generated randomly so
Oh,
that we neither of us would know what the
I've gotten a few gifts from partners
uh-huh.
who it's like, okay, it was like a Christmas gift, and you just open it up and you go, okay, obviously you didn't put any effort into this at all.
Uh-huh.
What was this the first thing you saw when you walked into the store and went, okay, I'm going to buy that? Because it's like, why would you think I'd want this? Why?
Right.
What?
Yeah.
And I want to, and I think it was missing a piece as well. And he tried to make it out like, no, it's supposed to be that way. It's a incense holder. I'm like, I
Wow.
feel like I'm being fucked and getting none of the joy out of it.
Yeah. Now I've had some people very close to me who we all know who have done this to where they give me things that they think are neat little that
Yeah.
they would love, that they would just love,
Well,
and
that's
that
because
I'm like,
they
what
wanted
am I
it for
gonna,
themselves.
yeah, and I'm like, well, what am I gonna do with this? I just, I just tell them that I love it. Thank you,
Yeah.
and
Smile and bitch about it
yeah.
behind his back. Yeah.
Well, no, then I usually, if it's something like that, sometimes I try, if it's something like every once in a while, it's something that like you have to kind of assemble or that it takes something that you
Regift.
have to do. I try to include them in it so that, they're, because that they want to be part of it. So I include them in it. So yeah.
And of course, I didn't have that problem with my birthday because I got some really great things from some very nice people.
Oh,
Wasn't necessary, but I'm so appreciative. Is it okay to say their names?
yes, please.
Okay. Phoenix Dave and Mr. Moose.
Yay.
um, and as well as yourself.
Yeah.
Um, but it was yeah, because I don't do birthdays. I go out to dinner. That's it. And so I got one card and three presents.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah,
I,
for me the gift giving thing, it's like somebody thought of me, and so I'll love it regardless. So, but
yeah, your problem is you've got the Santa thing going. You love to give presents.
I do love to give when I can. I do. All right. Hey, love it or hate it. Pineapple on pizza.
I mean, if it's depending on the pizza,
Mm.
but yeah, I like having something sweet. You know what else is good?
Mm.
Fig jam. Fig jam.
You mentioned that, yeah.
You dollop it on pizza. It is so good
Mm.
because it's just sometimes you need a little sweet to break that marinara, and
Mhm.
and the cheesiness, so it's very heavy, and then you get a nice bite of pineapple or like I said, the fig jam. There's lots of things you can put on there. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, if I'm going to put a lot of fruit, I'll make it a fruit pizza,
Mhm.
something like that. Um, I mean, I think apples might be good on some pizzas. No, you dice them up,
Yeah.
as long as they're kind of cooked. But yeah, I like fruit, but definitely pineapple on the traditional Hawaiian pizza. That's definitely
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I've always, when I was younger, thought pineapple was an abomination on pizza. But as I've gotten older, on a Hawaiian pizza, I'm cool with it. I don't mind it at all. But generally, as a general rule, fruit on my food, I just not necessarily into it, unless it's kind of a dessert thing, maybe. But yeah. All right. Hey Chubbs, Timothy wants to know why do you think misogyny is so prevalent almost everywhere on Earth?
Because the men put women in their place right away and didn't take down they kept control. The church, they made women the subservient characters in church.
Mm,
um they couldn't be doctors, they were nurses. They could be teachers. They teach the young their maternal instincts. They've been putting women down and in their place for all these years, and it's ridiculous. And then it makes crappy Marvel shows.
yeah. Um, so my take on it is that it stems back from all the way back to where we were hunters and gatherers and those types of things, where basically the we had our assigned roles and women, were property. And but it wasn't always that way. There were societies where women were equal, and there were some, one or two, I think, where they were kind of the dominant. They were, looked to as
No,
leaders.
that's
I
Amazon
mean,
Williams.
look at Egypt, where male and female at least ruled together. But
No, I think you're thinking of Amazon women on the moon. And
well,
and
no,
that's
Amazon women were
well,
Amazons for a
they were on the
reason.
moon and they
But
were on Venus too.
that's true. But
Yeah.
no, I think a lot of the modern misogyny stems from church and the fact that men have frail little
It's
egos and
church and
wanted
it's
property. Everything was
politics.
about property.
Politics.
Yeah. So, but why the fuck we have it now? I don't fucking know. It pisses me off because I do not understand
I mean,
why you would think that a woman was not equal in
uh,
every fucking way.
don't forget, women couldn't get bank accounts until the
The
70s
74? Yeah.
if they were married
Yep.
without their husband's signature.
I
Now, if
I
they were
don't
single, they could get one, but
I don't get it. It was only like 100 years ago or a little over that that women finally got the right to vote. It is ridiculous. So I don't, but I imagine some of it served its purpose early on for the tribal aspect of things, but here we are. Anyway, but the actual misogyny of it, I don't know. Men have frail egos. Yeah. Hey, Chubbs, Timothy wants to know what is your biggest non-alcoholic, or no, I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. Your biggest non-academic, non-work related accomplishment.
Mine is my playwriting.
Is that non-work related, non-academic? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I would say probably my books, actually publishing. Yeah. So,
Yeah, see, it's because they also non-academic and non-work related,
right.
and even though both are work, we're not making any money from them, so it's more like an accomplishment.
Yeah, that's more of our artistic, I think, endeavor.
Yeah,
So, yeah, and if you want us to if you want to tweak that, if we're not going right where you're thinking, then let us know. Hey Chubbs, Timothy wants to know who in your personal life do you wish was still alive?
that's hard.
I know. I got two, but yeah.
Yeah, because like with my parents, they would be over 100 years old, so that
Right.
that's not good. Um, but Yeah, that's hard. It's a hard question because then you're picking favorites, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, we can always think of pets, but again,
yeah, but um, this was people, so
yeah,
actually I would say probably right now it would be Bethany.
that was one of mine too. Yeah. I said special delivery Mark, who was a podcaster friend of ours, who died way before his time, and then Bethany, because that was to me one of the most absolutely senseless deaths, and
Yeah.
just rocked so many of us. I was talking to my Aunt Kendall, and she knew who Bethany was, completely disconnected from any of us, but through college friends that she had gone to college with who were in the acting field knew who Bethany was. She touched so many different aspects
Yeah, well,
of our
she was with
community.
so many different acting groups too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because everyone knew she was good for one reason. Well, she was good,
Yeah.
but she was dependable.
Right.
And in oh God, I forget I can be seen. Okay, in um, in in acting, so, in community theater, dependability is almost better than talent.
Yes. Yeah.
We can
Because
squeeze talent out of some people or most people,
yeah.
but getting people that show up on a daily basis and are there to have a good time
Hmm.
and have make a good show. Whew, boy, those are far and few between, and Bethany was one of the best.
Yep. She was dependable. All right. Next up, I remember my favorite childhood cereal.
Oh, okay. Mine was Raisin Bran.
Really? I didn't like Raisin Bran until I was older, and then that became my favorite when I was
Yeah,
big.
that's what happens. It was weird because um my mom liked she liked Frosted Flakes of all things.
Mm.
And then my dad liked Raisin Bran. He liked grape nuts. Remember those things that break your teeth?
Yep.
But they were really good.
No.
Um, and so but I ended up liking the stuff that wasn't overly sweet. And at a time period where I should have been, because I honestly, if I'm going to eat cereal like Sugar Pops or Fruit Loops,
Hmm.
just I'll open the box and eat them like they're candy.
Yeah, my
Uh,
mom does too.
yeah, more so than putting milk on them. But the Raisin Bran, the grapes were sugared, so that was the only sugar in there. And if you wanted
Mm.
it sweeter, you could add a teaspoon of sugar. And the grape nuts were the same way. Well, you had to add a little sugar on them, and
Mm.
then the milk. And then I've never been a fan of milk, so I could reduce the amount of milk in like Raisin Bran and grape nuts.
Right.
And you can kind of toss them and just get them damp, but you're not messing with. a half a cup of sweet milk at the bottom of your bowl. But
Yeah, for me it was Trix and Captain Crunch. Not together, but those were my two favorites. So, but I mean, I'd go for any of the Count Choculas or the Frankenberries or the Fruit Loops or
and I think that's
Honeycomb. Remember
and
Honeycomb?
yeah, and I think that's another reason I'm thinking now that I liked the sweet ones less was
Mm.
because if you ate anything from Captain Crunch
Hmm.
or and some of the other ones they were really rough on the roof of your mouth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just remember eating Captain Crunch and then ha noticing. Okay, it wasn't like it was bleeding or anything, but I could not stop thinking about how awful my mouth felt.
Uh-huh. Yep.
First of all, it coats your teeth with so
It's
much sugar that it's like the rotting is starting right now,
yep.
and then we're gonna take out the roof of the mouth with it. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, yeah, especially noticed that way more when I was older than when I was younger, but that was because I probably didn't have the sense to care when I was younger. So, all right, next up is what's in our lunchbox, and we have Mr. Mark who wrote in and said, Mark here. So we know a lot. So we know we are a lot. Okay. It it was so delicious. Um, it was so delicious. I think there was a missing word there. I think he was saying, I know we make this a lot, but it was so delicious. The other night we made potato stroganoff hamburger helper, always using ground turkey, and we added some barbecue baked beans, and it made it really delicious and tangy. Barbecue baked beans. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Huh. Very cool.
but I was one of those kids who loved hamburger helper stuff.
Absolutely.
Um, and my favorite was always the cheeseburger macaroni, but then I did like the beef stroganoff one, and and that was the thing. Kind of the fun thing about it was that if you didn't have hamburger or ground beef, you could
Mm.
always throw in sausage, or you could throw in turkey or chicken, ground chicken.
Oh yeah.
So
There was
it
tuna
did.
helper.
Yeah, yeah, but the tuna helper was I like tuna casserole better than tuna helper.
Yeah, okay.
I know tuna helper was trying to play the game,
Yeah.
but the for some reason gross cream of mushroom soup with a can of you know washed out tuna and
Mm.
a half a bag of chips on the top and noodles is really good.
Mm.
And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, but it is.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm totally down for I used to love hamburger helper. The last time I had it, I wasn't so thrilled, but it was a really mushy noodle instead of like I used to love the hamburger macaroni,
Cheeseburger macaroni.
cheeseburger macaroni. That's what it was. Used to love that.
Yeah, that was like I said, that was my favorite. And but the thing is that the nice thing about them is if you can get them for, I think I usually pick them up if I see them for $1.
Mm-hmm.
They're on sale for like a
Okay.
dollar. I'll pick up 10 of them,
Wow.
and I just to have them on the shelf
Mm.
because they're normally like 2.50, $3.
Mm-hmm.
So every once in a while you get a big sale,
Yep.
and it's usually at a Winco or one of those kind of stores
Yep.
where they do it, and then but that's the nice thing. They give you a base, and then you can kind of play with that because with the tuna helper, you could not do it with tuna, you could do it with canned chicken and it
Mm-hmm.
worked just perfectly fine. Or, you've got half a rotisserie chicken left and you don't know what to do with it. Add that into your whatever helper.
The last time, so when Heather was over last time, we had a rotisserie chicken, and I swear it looked like it had been run over. And then,
Well, it's Winco, girl. It's Winco.
yeah.
You want a good rotisserie
And
chicken?
then
Tell Clint pick you one up at Costco.
how the hell it was super soft, but also dry at the same time. It was just weird.
Because it's probably been there the whole day.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's Winco. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, it was there yesterday too, but didn't get sold.
Probably.
And you're not there until 8, 9 o'clock that night? You think they're still rotisserie chicken? No. That
Hmm.
thing is at least 12 hours in a heat lamp. No worse. So
Yep.
yeah.
All right. See. Mr. Moose wrote in and said, simple lunch of a BLT. And that may be simple, but it looks delicious.
Oh, it's one of my favorite sandwiches.
Hmm.
You
I
know,
haven't had one in a long time, but yeah.
yeah, if you get some nice thick bacon that's
Mm-hmm.
crispy,
Mm-hmm.
and the tomatoes are like late summer tomatoes, which
Mm.
means they're either right off the vine in your backyard or right off the vine in your local grocery store. And the lettuce, for some reason, you just have to have a little green on there.
Yep.
Mayo,
Uh,
so much mayo,
mm,
and it kind of goes on any bread too. It really does because the bacon just works, and bread and mayo pretty much work. I mean, I probably wouldn't do like a pumpernickel, but
mm,
um, most things I can't think of a bad BLT with bread.
yeah. All right.
And so, oh my God, sorry.
Yeah, look at this. Okay. So
What
did
is it?
deadlifts in the gym today and was
Yeah.
starving after. Got a nighttime portion of General Tso chicken, asked for less of the syrupy sauce, and as much hot pepper as possible. The waitress said she'd get it for me, but there still was too much sauce and not enough heat. Oh well, it filled me up.
Well, I'll tell you,
Mm,
um, I understand the sauce thing because they probably it's so entrenched in their minds that this is how much sauce goes in to cover everything.
yeah.
But my big thing is the hot oil that's right there on the table.
Mm,
I love, I don't know if it's Chinese hot oil, Asian hot oil, whatever it is, the hot oil on the counter. I don't know why, because I'm not a big, I mean, I don't mind heat, but it's like jalapenos sometimes are just too damn hot. But I
hmm
can pour hot oil on until I'm crying, my nose is
hmm
running, and I can't get enough of it. And so, but I love General Chicken so much.
Yeah.
I don't like green bell peppers, but that's something to throw at the dog, so
Uh,
she
honey,
liked them.
honey. Hubby ordered some
Oh my God.
sort of fish dish in the Asian restaurant. Just a few veggies and a slightly sweet sauce. The waitress refers to it as citron fish. I tried to buy the sauce, but didn't taste citron, but he likes this.
It looks
Bet he
good.
does. Yeah.
Oh my God, Asian sauces are so good. And I know that there's the reason why it's sweet is because we're white Americans, and they feel, actually the world feels that if you want to sell something to America, it better have sugar in it.
Yeah.
Um, and I've actually seen a documentary on this, how they make General Chow chicken, and how if you get that in like Vietnam, it won't be the same thing,
Right.
not the same thing. But the hubby gets some interesting stuff that I want to try,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm so set in my ways.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if we were there, he would let me taste it, and then I might like it.
Uh,
Yeah, Sean goes, if we move to North Carolina, I can go working with Moose, work out with Moose. And I'm like, we're not going to North Carolina so you can work out, okay? My
No, it would
God.
be for the food.
Well, yeah, and then he could Moose might go, "Hey, hubby and I are going up to New York for a couple days to see some shows. Yes, please.
Yeah.
That would be good." Okay,
All right.
next one.
Couldn't sleep. Got out of bed early. Didn't want to wake hubby, so didn't get out any clothes. So I can't go outside or do anything. Bored. Made a pan of brownies to pass the time. Chocolate brownies with chocolate chips, pecans, and a
Caramel.
melted caramel drizzle.
Aren't those called turtles when you do this?
I don't
I mean,
know.
it's pecans. You got the chocolate,
Hmm.
and you got the drizzle. I'm thinking that these, of course, that might be
I
what
know
we
what
call it
it
on this
means.
coast.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always shocked to find out that they call different things, or
Yeah.
same things, different things.
It's kind of like how the difference between putting salt on watermelon and putting sugar on watermelon. The idea of putting sugar on watermelon just makes me blah. But salt, I grew up with. I don't do it now, but I grew up with it.
Well, I only put sugar on a watermelon that is not sweet, and I and
That
what
okay, that I could see.
And what I'll do is I'll do that after I've eliminated the rind and I've cut it
Yeah.
into pieces. I'll salt layer or sugar layers,
Huh.
and
Okay.
you don't. And I've actually used sugar substitute to do it.
Hmm?
And what because it's all water,
Yeah.
it kind of travels really well, and it sweetens it up and makes a poor watermelon a good watermelon.
Interesting.
But because Sean does salt all the time because he says, "Oh, it just emphasizes the sweetness," and I'm like, "Yeah, my mother did the same thing, and I still don't get it."
Hmm. All right, last one here. This was a
Oh God,
comedy of errors. I planned on making an apple strudel. I
yeah,
wanted an apple strudel.
yeah,
I peeled the apples and made the filling. And when
yeah,
I
yeah.
went to the freezer for the puff pastry, there wasn't any, but there was a ready-made pie crust. I pulled it out and searched for a pie pan. Back in the spring, I purged all of the stuff I rarely use in the kitchen. Well, I almost never make pies. I make strudel and tarts, but never pies. So the pie tins must have been thrown out. But I did have my tart pan, strudel pie, tart, all very familiar or similar. I slapped a crust in the tart pan, filled it with strudel filling, slapped on another crust on top. So I've made an apple strudel pie tart. At least it smells good. Are you kidding? It looks amazing.
And where's the cutting picture?
Yeah,
This is
where's
cruel.
that in?
I know there should be at least one picture of what it looked like when he cut into it and he'd take the first piece out and stuff starts oozing out because it's
Yeah,
still a little
yeah.
liquidy and you cut it too soon, but that's okay because anything that runs out, that's yours because that was your first cut.
And then the picture of him putting it in his mouth. Mm.
No,
Oh,
no, I was thinking more of what like a picture of him actually baking the brownies because he didn't want to wake the
ah,
hubby.
yeah,
And we know he sleeps naked
yeah,
because
yeah,
he's naked half the time at the house anyway.
yeah. Whatever works, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Thank God I've got one of those husbands too. So,
yeah.
um, anyway, this looks spectacular. I can see that he used like a tart pan
Right.
to put it in.
But that top crust just looks
Oh,
perfect for me.
it looks so much fun.
Yeah,
It says, "Oh, wait till you see what's inside."
right. It just looks like that good home baked yum. All right. Well, thank you everybody who wrote in, who helped us, sent stuff in. We just really appreciate it. And if you want to see all the pictures that were sent in, you can do so by going over to facebook.com/chubsgonewild. And you can email us anything.
And believe me, you're going to want to see these pictures.
Yeah, the Mr. Yeah.
Yeah,
Between Mark and Moose, we got
yeah.
some great
It's
stuff.
I need to eat better food or something.
Well, you do pretty
I
well.
know, but I have to go to a restaurant to get anything that's photographable.
Uh,
Um, anyway, okay.
okay, so you can email it to us at chubsgonewild@gmail.com. And you can find Tom's other podcast at swannerandjudd.com. Find my other projects at justkisstheguy.com. And of course, you can find all of our links at allmylinks.com/chubsgonewild.
Now, if you watch us on YouTube, which I know there are some people that watch us on YouTube,
Yep.
make sure you like and subscribe. And if you don't watch us on YouTube, but you watch YouTube, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, and like question from last week was, how long have you been with your partners? And that continues on. It's a running question. We'd love to
Yep.
hear. And you said pets. You're going to
Yep.
do pets, so send
We
us
want to hear
pictures.
about your pets.
Okay. And Moose, we could always use new pictures of the bunny. So
Yeah.
yeah. And I do want to apologize to Moose. I'm just not on. What's the thing
Blue
he's on?
Sky?
Blue Sky. I'm never on Blue Sky. I didn't even know you were out of in New York, and I I've got to go on Blue Sky just to keep up with what's going on with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm on
but
my
yeah,
personal account. I'm fine. I'm getting on there more too. So
yeah, and as far as send us stuff. If you have a great idea of a segment, send it in, and we'll run with it. Yeah. So yeah, pictures. Oh, and one thing is I want Halloween costume pictures this year.
yes, that would be so cool.
And believe me, even if it's a Halloween picture from like 10 years ago, send it in.
Yeah.
Because I never dress. Well, actually, last year was the first time I dressed up in a long time, and nobody got it. So boo. So I hate
Oh,
Halloween again.
oh.
But I like to see people who are enjoying Halloween.
Me
And then
too.
of course we get into Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it's just pictures, pictures, pictures.
Yeah.
So
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, for all the love, and we will catch you next week. All right. Bye.
bye.
A network of inclusion.
UnivazPods.net.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network.
This has been a For Fuck's Sake production.